I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy diggy hole. Diggy diggy hole. I would have liked to use that song for the intro, but unfortunately it's copyright protected. Alright. I know I've said a million times before that I was going to play Dwarf Fortress, like, for years. Because I play a lot of RimWorld, and not much Dwarf Fortress. I probably prefer RimWorld, it's my preferred game. But this is the game. This is the game to end all games, of course, as everyone knows. The inspiration behind so many games, like RimWorld, but also Minecraft and many games, but also probably the most complex game ever conceived. And it was released on Steam. When was it released on Steam? 2022? Wow, okay. Not that recent. I was just late to the party. But yeah, I have played this, but a long time ago. I'm talking like maybe 10 years ago or something. Yeah, and I played it on a really crappy laptop. So it would slow down a lot. And I played like just with the keyboard and using all the ASCII and all the commands and stuff. Like, it was pure old school style. Now we have a graphical interface, which I approve of. I know some people like the classic ASCII look, but realistically, if I'm playing a game for hours, some graphics actually just make it easier on the eye and easier to process, for my brain to process. So, this has Twitch integration, which I'm going to test out. I think we have to actually have a world loaded in before we can do that. Create new world. This, I don't know how long this will take. We'll go through the tutorial and everything. I kind of remember how to play, but there's probably lots of changes. Here to guide your stout chargers to fortune in a world fraught with many perils. You begin by creating your world and watching your region's history unfold. Mountain home. That should be my goal. So this game doesn't have an ending, unlike RimWorld, which has an actual ending. It has multiple endings if you include the DLCs. But many people consider Mountain Home to be a proper, like, ending because it's, like, a very achievable but challenging status. I think you got to reach a certain size, have a certain population, have a king move in or something. I don't know. We'll know when it happens. More likely, we'll perish before then. I'll go with, like, mediums. Just mediums across the board. And frequent minerals, I suppose? I don't know. Alright, well. Let's go with this. Don't know how long this will take. Look at these. Look at this artwork. This is our world. So it generates lots of candidates and it rejects them if they don't meet certain criteria, so it's generating the full history of all these civilizations. What are we doing? Yeah, sure, we'll keep this. We've got new music as well. Like, I listened to the original music for hours upon hours upon hours. Alright, so, Fortress is like the main event, where you manage a fortress. Adventurer is like a new thing where you can like, and it's still kind of in development, but from what I understand it's at a pretty good spot right now. It's a bit more like a roguelike, where you just control one character and move about. It's pretty good as well, that's a different thing. Legends is just like... Just have a look at Legends. So our world has all this generated, pre-generated. Chronicles, Age of Myth. Okay, I don't really want to read all this, but there is history in this world. Let me look up who are the most recent historical figures. Let's say dwarves. Oh my god. All these... Just dwarf. Yeah. D47... So these are the ages? The years? What's B and D? Before and... So these are... Oh, they're born and died at the age of 47. So who's this one? Kickrost, Guild Skinny. The year 1. General of the Fountain of Climates. Alright, so she broke up with a lot of people. Then she went to the depths of the world. The depths of the world. Alright, we can spend forever looking through the history. Let's start. Fortress. Sure, let's do the tutorial then. I'm going here. We're gonna move some things about. Let's put this down here. I'm not sure what's best. We'll figure it out later. Alright, here we are. A dwarven outpost, you have arrived. After a journey from the mountain homes into the forbidding wilderness beyond, your harsh trek has finally ended. Your party of 7 is to make an outpost for the glory of all of Feb Alice. Oh, time is running. Can we pause time? I don't like... Is it? There are almost no supplies left, but with stout labor comes sustenance, whether by bolt, plow, or hook. Provide for your dwarves. You are expecting a supply caravan just before winter entombs you, but it is spring now. Enough time to delve secure lodgings ere the jaguars get hungry. A new chapter of dwarven history begins here at this place. Cullintob, Palm Grinder. Strike the earth! Your view is focused on one elevation at a time. Alright, it moves in, like, chunks, unlike RimWorld. That's fine. I mean, that's what... that's how this game works. And if we go through the Z layers by going forward and backwards... Wait, that goes down... And that goes up. Alright, can we swap those two? We'll sort that out in a minute. If you want to zoom in and out, you hold control. Yep. Okay. Let's start by digging a... stairwell into the ground. Begin by clicking the highlighted mining button. Alright, mining. Man, I remember using the keyboard only to do all this stuff. I mean, we'll learn the commands. M. Stairwells. Start at 1 elevation. Click the surface, move the camera down 1 level, and click the underground. So rolling the mouse forwards goes up. I suppose that actually makes sense. I think of it more rolling the mouse wheel upwards zooms in, i.e. goes down underground. So I'm gonna swap those two. Can I do that? Can't because we're in the tutorial. Alright. Start stairway. Do we wanna... Like, can we do it by this mountain? I feel like that might be a good place. Alright, then we just go down 1 and go like that. Alright, so they're gonna dig a hole. So now we are underground. Dig a rectangle underground big enough for a large stockpile and some workshops. 0 of 20. We've got to make 20 rooms. Okay, fine. Well, most workshops are 3 by 3 squares. So what's a good... What is a good size? Like maybe 5 by 5? Just make some 5 by 5 rooms connected. If we do like that. Okay, and then like this. Let's make some rooms like this. And then connect them up like that. Okay, let them do that. These guys are not doing anything. Can we give them jobs or something? Like, why? Is he blocking the way? I think they're just not assigned to mining, or they don't have a pickaxe or something. Oh, I've got something at the top here. We've got 7 neutral people. Docks. Citizen information menu. Oh, this is all locked. Okay, I think it's just because we're in the tutorial. It's just gotta wait for rooms completed 10. Oh, it means individual spaces. Okay. Oh, room completed, not rooms completed. Supplies on the wagon are in danger of being carried off by wild creatures. Alright, so should we just put the stock in this starting room here? So we just P. Click the add button. So like there. Put it underground. Accept all. Wait, what was that last? What did that last one say? How do I see number 3 again? It had some information. Whatever. Wood or boulders. Before you start chopping down trees, you may want to create a dedicated wood stockpile. Haulers will also drop wood in your ore stockpile. So turn it off, and we'll turn off wood here. All. How do I... Can I not? Custom. Alright, so we'll take all except wood. I can't. The tutorial's in the way. I can't see. Okay, no wood. I think no. No. I can't see because this is in the way. Ah. Yeah. Okay, so we can do that. It's just I don't want to put these things in here, I suppose. Everything else is fine, I guess. Alright. Wood cutting. So... Hello, Maro. Is it playable? What do you mean? Are you talking about the adventurer mode? I'm only playing fortress mode, which has been playable for over a decade now. Adventurer mode is playable as well. It's just like still in early stages, so they're still adding new features. I guess I want to make a storage for wood. I've got to remember the commands. P. P. Should just dump wood like here. Ah, wait. So create storage. And make it for wood only. Okay. And now... just... cut... like... just all these trees around here, I suppose. Hello, Nomad. Have you played much of this? Now we just need to wait for the woodcutter to chop down. Oh, you'll stop. Okay. They should get to work now. Let's watch them. Oh, they're moving all the stuff underground. I'm digging out some rooms. Have you tried the Steam version or the free classic version? I played the classic version like many years ago, but haven't touched it for a long time. Building. Carpenter's workshop. Carpenter's workshop, I suppose you'd want outside, wouldn't you? Or... not necessarily. Okay, well maybe we'll put it inside. Put it in one of these rooms. Like here. Place the shop in an empty area. Okay. But I placed it. The pirated version. I mean this game is free. Or you mean like a pirated version of the Steam version? No, the Steam version is not free, but the original game, which is still being updated, is also free. The ASCII version is free, yeah, and you can mod it so it has graphics. So it can be made to be quite similar to the Steam version. You just have to download third-party mods. So the Steam version probably has better performance because it's all native. I imagine there's a lot of mods now for the Steam version, so it's probably like when the Steam version just released, probably the original version still had better mod support, like a lot of custom stuff that people have made for the original version. But now I'm guessing people have started porting things over to the Steam version. Yeah, people have been telling him for years he should release it on Steam or release like a paid version of it. Like fans were willing to pay like any price to actually buy the game, and they were telling him like make a paid version, and he refused until like he wanted the game to be at a certain state before he would do that. So he held off for a really long time, and finally released it, and boom, he became an instant millionaire, and it almost instantly reached like the top of the like Steam ratings, Steam reviews. It's probably in the top 10 still. I don't know what the top game is right now, but what was I looking for? Workshops, building mode. I gotta start learning the key commands. Also, this has got Twitch support, but I'm still in the tutorial, so it probably won't work. Once I'm out of the tutorial, it probably would work. But there's actually lots of interesting features that Twitch can do. Let me just have a look at them right now. Like, people in chat can claim dwarves to be like themselves, named after themselves, but you can also use commands to like look at your skills and your dwarves like health and stuff, or have them do certain things, like have them join the military, or have there's various things you can vote for certain things to happen, certain events and stuff. I don't know what the commands are. That will probably make itself known once we actually get out of the tutorial. All right, where was I? Building. Where's building? Zones. It's. Yeah, workshops. Carpenter. So you have to choose what materials. Okay, fine, just use these, whatever. And now they'll go do that. So they'll use the building the workshop. There we go. All right. Your industrious citizens will perform any task added to the workshop. Make a bed. How many dwarves do we have? 7. Maybe we'll make 7 beds. Make bed. Can we tell them to just do it 7 times? You can do that in RimWorld. Otherwise, just can, probably is a way. I don't see it. All right. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Do we even have a dwarf who can do carpenting? Yeah. Okay, it's in progress. What's this? How do we see what's in a tile? Information menu. Oh, it's locked. These buttons are locked for the tutorial. Okay. Can we extend... like that. There we go. Oh, oh. There we go. Alright. So we're making beds. Place a bed. Where are we going to put our beds? Should we just put them like in this room here for now? There's enough room. What was... B is for build. That makes sense. Furniture F. Bed B. I gotta learn all the keyboard commands. I used to play this on my laptop with no mouse, just like purely from the controls, so I had like every combination of letters memorized. Click tile to place the bed. Select material auto placement. Right. Pine beds, yeah. Okay. Should we okay, so it's BFB. Use last material. Needs... oh, okay, we have to wait for the beds to get made first. There we go, we got a bed. So this is basically like a barracks. We could put a door here or something. The rest of the interface is now enabled. Creatures and items. Alright, first thing I want to know. What is that? That's just a frog? Creatures... oh. Creatures. Oh, it means a menu? Where's creatures? Objects? No. Oh, creatures? What about information? Hello, Wogger. Like I was dwarving this fortress. Still getting to grips with the menus and stuff. It's quite complex. We're in the tutorial. I just want to see. I wanted to see the stats of that frog there. I can't even figure out how to do that. Let's see. Task information, place information, objects, general search and zoom interface. Can I... shift click. Twitch integration, yeah, so after I'm out of the tutorial, I suspect it'll work better. But you can do some things that could be done in RimWorld. I don't think anyone's really made a proper graphical thing yet for overlay for the Twitch stream, or if there is, I haven't seen it. So it's probably command based. I don't know what the commands are. I guess we'll figure that out in a second. But I've connected it. So it has some things like you can become one of the dwarves, and you can actually use commands to make him do certain things, like have him join the military, or like get a health checkup at the hospital, or check his stats and stuff. But you can also have votes, and then you can vote on stuff. There's a few options here. I think it will start working once we're out of the tutorial. Ah, here we are. Green tree frog, murky pool, stagnant water. Cool. The green tree frog. Click a citizen or creature. Well, if I click creature, nothing really happens. Or do we have to... What do they mean Okay, we'll click a dwarf. Raquist light diamonds. How long do dwarves live? Recovers quickly, thrill seeker. Like, this game has pretty complex health and thoughts. Like health, like you've got all the individual tissues of their body simulated down to their eyelids and their toes and their teeth. Thoughts is also pretty complex as well. They have memories of certain events that happen, and they can harbor ill will against certain characters based on memories and stuff, like wanting to get revenge. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy diggy hole. I was gonna make that the stream intro, but it's copyright protected. I can't just do that. But that would have been the stream intro. That's pretty perfect for this game. Hello, Raiden Heaven. I finally got onto this game. I've said many times in the past that I was gonna play it, but I kept putting it off. Alerts. Sometimes urgent information is given. Copyright, that's a free advertising for the song. I mean, it's fair enough. I mean, the Yogscast were the... Well, I don't know who's the owner of the song. I guess it's whoever performs it. But, I mean, it's fair enough that they want to protect it, because it's, like... It's their song. So, I mean, I don't have anything against copyright existing, but there isn't a copyright-free version of the Diggy Diggy Hole song unless you sing it yourself, I suppose. Hover over alerts. Alright, final tutorial. Preparing for the caravan. Also, where are we? Where are my people? Oh, down here. Many supplies before the coming of winter to trade with the autumn caravan. Trade depot. Where are we going to put the trade depot? It would make sense, like, here. Oh, wait. Caravans need, like, 3 spaces of walls or something. So we should probably have it outdoors. I don't want them coming underground. Crafts. Oh yeah, you could trade. So I remember from many years ago when I played this, elves don't like it when you make anything out of wood. In fact, they'll actually attack you if you offer them wooden goods. You gotta be careful. The game is open-ended and you can do whatever you choose. If you'd like a goal, try to become a barony, then a mountain home. I would think mountain home is like the most canonical ending to the game. Like a lot of people consider that to be a pretty good achievement, and it's like there are like civilizations beyond mountain home. So it's like, if I remember correctly, mountain home, you have to have like a certain population, a certain amount of like some things you need to meet, and you also need to have like a noble or a king like move in, like and you get mountain home status, and then there's like bigger statuses after that. But I'll probably aim for that like as an ending. Not that I'm gonna survive this run. I'm almost certainly gonna perish, but looks like we're done with the tutorial. All right, we're free. So we're kind of digging out this place. Maybe we should. Okay, so we should put wood like here, so that he doesn't have to trek over. Oh, okay. I can have a look at this Twitch thing. So, uh, ah, let me try this. I'm starting a vote. Does anything pop up in chat or something? So I've started a vote. I don't know what the vote is. Maybe it's random options or something. Meantime, I can just keep digging. All right, I want to swap the mouse wheel options here. Zoom in. I want so many options. What am I looking for? Z levels. Go changing Z levels. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, what is all this? You can record macros. That's pretty cool. Uh, it should be general. Ah, here we are. Scroll bar up, scroll bar down. No, it's not that. Is it? This is more key assignments than add-on, yeah. Ah, here we are. Move view cursor up. Okay, this is Z levels going underground. I want up to go... I want it to be like zoom in. So I want up to actually go down. There we go. Okay. All right. All right. I don't know what to do now. There's a lot we can do. All right. So zoom in. Okay, that feels better. Mouse wheel up to go down through the ground. Mouse wheel down to go up to the trees and the clouds. And yeah, I probably mentioned it while ago before, but there is the adventurer mode, which is basically kind of like an add-on type game. Which as I understand it, it's pretty. Like it was like in alpha before, but it's now like in a pretty good state. Like it's very playable. I might play that as well at some point, but it'll be like a completely separate thing to this. Um, but it's supposed to be pretty good and incredibly complex. So this is the like the land we live in. I assume you can probably like leave the square and go to other squares out in the world, like RimWorld. Although I don't think it's as encouraged. Maybe it is. I don't know. This is the world. Okay, and where are we? We're like here. There we are. The Dwarven Fortress of Palm Girder. Civilization, the Arrow of Kisses. Alright. You can actually just send raids. The human hamlet of Shakenstill. So yeah, you can trade with humans and elves and I don't know how many races. Dark goblins. I think there's hundreds of races, but most of them are not civilized, so they don't have actual civilizations. Goblins, I guess, is civilized. The mysterious lair of cheerful shadows. What the heck is a cheerful shadow? Crack speck. Ugly wraiths. The dark goblin fortress of ugly wraiths. Alright, we don't want to go up there, do we? Right now. Plague limped. Are these races? Yeah, they are. Hate vomit. Oh no, no, these are just the names. These are just the names. It's not the race. They're goblins. These are just goblins. But that's just the name. I think, anyway. Hate vomit would make for a good band name. Right, we haven't checked out my people. Also, let me try and Google how to use this integration. So it's called DFX Twitch. DFX Twitch. And the GitHub has some... optional Twitch chat overlay in-game. I can also do that. How do I do that? Alright, let me go to the actual guide here. It looks like it's still like in its early stages, so there's probably actually not much you can do, but All right. Oh, it only says 2 commands. I don't think this wiki is really up to date. That's the thing. I can try typing just like help or something. I don't know if it will do anything. All right, so one command it mentioned here was check prof. Let's try that. It's not actually doing anything. It's probably something I'll have to figure out for next time then. Uh, all right, carry on. Wait, I'll just link. Well, at any rate, this is the GitHub for the thing, but I don't think it really has any explanation of the commands or the instructions, so I don't know how to use it really. It doesn't seem to be working. I just tried one of the commands. Connected to Twitch. I tried to do a petition vote. Nothing happened. Ah, unhandled exception. Must be connected to at least one channel. Oh, it's not actually properly connected. I don't think it's. I don't think it works. And I think it just crashed. All right. Well, never mind. I don't think that the Twitch chat was working. I'll have to figure that out another time. All right. So what should we build? Put the beds down here. That's B, F, B. I guess we can just put them in here. They can sleep here for now. How do you build a door? B. Doors and hatches is P. Door. Make them out of wood for now. Needs door. Okay, we need to make a door. Alright, we'll make the beds first. Let's check out the cat. Stray cat, tame. 3 years old. No official position. Do we need to give him a position? She was exasperated when caught in the rain. Oh dear. Skills? What skills does she have? Legendary climber, 0 out of 2000. Okay. Cats are good because they catch the mice and vermin, which they don't do in RimWorld. No tomb. We haven't given her a tomb. Memories. No memories. Okay, we'll put more beds. Like here. I'll make some doors as well. Door. Can I make wooden door? Can I duplicate that? Or is there a button to... I don't know what all the little shortcuts are. Make a few doors, we'll need them. Okay. So we've moved a lot of stuff downstairs. Do we? Oh, we still have so much stuff here. People are just hanging around here. Okay, we're gonna have to have a proper storage area, I suppose. With the barrels. Now, we don't need to put the barrels underground. Well, we can. We need to maybe extend this storage over to the side here. We don't want to... Hang on. This 5x5 is a storage. Can we maybe just... just get rid of the middle there. Okay, and then let's mine this out here. And we'll just extend this storage over to here. Okay, so let's... there we go. Alright, so they should just haul all that stuff down. What is this? Raw perch. Okay, we need to be able to cook stuff and... Alright, so the carpenter's workshop, we should put wood here, like furniture here. So... or something like that. So P... Let's go... So here we'll put wood. Okay, and then... What are you trying to do again? Nothing in particular. I'm just basically just started, just trying to figure out what I should do. I'm just trying to set up my workshops, maybe like a room for each workshop. So this is the wooden room, so we got like wood and furniture storages. Storage will just go here for now, I guess. We've got a staircase. This could be the barracks. I'm trying to just get them to move all this stuff because I don't want this wagon to be Should I remove this building, or is it gonna just wait until they moved all this stuff out first? We probably need a pen for the animals. How do we do that? Cages, restraints, no. We probably want like... Um, I don't know what you do with animals. Zones? Pastures. Ah. Um, Animal training, pen pasture. There we go. All right, where are we gonna keep our animals? Just like here. So much complexity to all of this. Okay, I think this is all fine for now. Wait, did I do it? I don't think I did it. I didn't press accept. No, it's there. It's just not visible. Okay, so... Oh, so they automatically... You don't have to build a fence around the outside. I think it's just managed. Oh. So if I press Control N... Okay, there. Everything's assigned there. So we've got... We don't need the cats here, I suppose. Or the dogs. Or the hunting dog, I suppose. The camel, the guinea cock, gosling, and the yak cow, and the llama. Okay, then we'll go there. Alright, there we go. There's the gosling, and the llama, and the camel. One-humped camel. The yak, okay. Hopefully they're happy there. We're gonna need a source of food as well. Maybe we make this even bigger. Okay. Build. Gotta learn all the shortcuts. Put doors around here. I don't think we really need doors. Well, okay, we'll put doors. Do we want another workshop here? What other things can we do? What food options do we have right now? Farming, I suppose. Oh, we can gather. Probably do that right now, because gather from around here. Okay, that gives them something to do. Okay. Seems cool. Everyone's got something to do now. We've got the animals on the pen. Is he fishing? Fisher dwarf. Awesome. Raw salmon. Rotten rainbow trout. What? Green tree frog remains. Dead ratweed. Okay, let's extend this storage then. Okay. So we've got a step ladder. Okay. Pigtail bag, wood bucket, pigtail bag. Can you just eat them off the ground? What, the fish and the berries and stuff? I imagine, like in RimWorld, they can eat anything that's food, but it's better to cook the stuff. We should probably see if we can build a kitchen or something. So we've got furnaces. These are for making like industrial things. Farming. Okay, yeah, this is food. Farm plot, still, butcher, tanner, fishery, kitchen, farmer, kern, vermin catcher's shop. What? Vermin catcher's shop. Capture and train small animals here. Nest box, hive. Awesome. The fish. Yeah, I'm sure they can probably eat raw fish. I think it's probably like, so the system they use in RimWorld is that the nutritional value increases as you cook stuff, so the mass stays the same, or it might even go down, but the nutrition goes up. That's generally the point of cooking. So you can still eat raw stuff, but in RimWorld, most raw things, including rice and berries, can actually give you food poisoning. I don't know how it works in this game, but I mean, most RimWorld was heavily inspired by this, so it might be similar. So if we made a kitchen, let's try this. So if we put a kitchen here. Alright, they're sleeping. And to think, only like 3 years ago, people played this game in pure ASCII. And many still do. Hey, is there an option in this game to actually turn the ASCII on? Ah. Oh, here we go. Right. Should we see what it's like? That is what my fortress looks like. On the plus side, we'll probably get better FPS, graphical FPS. I was getting a stable 50. It seems that the target here is 50 FPS. I was getting 50, but yeah, and a lot of people still swear by the ASCII. It probably does reduce the FPS, especially when you build huge fortresses with moving parts and lots of entities and physics and stuff with the water. The water's really complicated as well. And it's probably the best way to get the best FPS you can manage, but you can see it's using the actual ASCII symbol for a happy face for dwarves. Barrels are divide symbols. Like this is how I used to play this. But there were mods which added graphics, but sometimes I would actually just play the ASCII version. Like, it's like in the Matrix, that guy, he just looks at it and he sees like blonde, brunette, redhead. ASCII players can just see. Yeah, exactly. I don't even see the code. Yeah, but ASCII players genuinely just do see what all these symbols mean. G is a gosling. Yeah. You got trunk. You got different parts of the tree. Or you got the like spade symbol means leaves. A quarter symbol means what? Branches and leaves? Bloody hell. F? What's this type of F mean? Bamboo. Okay. Well, yeah. Um, and it was only recently when it released with Steam that they actually added graphics to the game. So, but I mean, I think a lot of people did play with graphics. They just had to use mods, so it wasn't as efficient as it would be if it's like natively developed. What did I? FPS cap. Oh, why would I even cap it? I want it at 144. No, we don't need a 144. Just do 60 because that's what the stream is set to. Turn that off. There we go. Yeah, it's like for many years, Toady, the guy who develops this, could have released this game as a paid game, and people were encouraging him to, but he didn't want to until it was like a certain milestone. Even though it was very playable for many years. Um, and like the moment he released it, like boom, he was an instant millionaire. Like people flooded in to buy this game. Like, he and his brother. I think it's pretty much just he and his brother working on this game. Okay. Alright, the storage is big enough. Aren't they still actively developing it? Oh yeah. Like that's his life's work. Like the fact that he's now a millionaire doesn't change anything. He's fully devoted to doing this full time, and having all that money now helps him because I think he had health concerns and large hospital bills which kind of interfered with development in the past, but and now he doesn't have to have a job, so he can literally do this full time, which is what he always wanted to do, possibly for the rest of his life. So yeah, he's living his dream. And yeah, they're absolutely actively developing it. If anything, probably more actively than before. Um, they consider this to be like halfway to 1.0 status. This is not even like I don't know how the numbering is. It's probably 0.5 or something, but they feel like they're only halfway to what they consider to be 1.0 from their vision of 1.0. All right, so we've got a kitchen. What can we do here? Like, just make some meals, prepare easy meals. Suppose we'll do it indefinitely, although it doesn't give you the option to cap it like you can in RimWorld, but that's fine for now. It's probably something that DF hack. So DF hack I've installed. It's like a set of tools to alter the game. I think it's kind of like most people recommend this if you're going to use any mod. I haven't really fiddled with it yet, but it's already integrated some features. I'm just not aware which ones. Right. So, Aiden Asmellustuth Minor. Also, if anyone wants to be a colonist, because I don't know if the Twitch integration is working, but I can just manually do it. I don't. Okay, let's have a look at our colonists. I haven't actually looked at them. So if you want to be one of these people, you can pick one. It looks like they've each got like a proper role already that they started with, or at least the skill set. We've got Stukos, the expedition leader. Can we see there? Oops. Okay. Can we see any details? I don't know how to use this. This creature is content right now. Ah, okay, here we are. Stukos, expedition leader. So she's 45 years old. Frail. She's an adequate organizer and dabbling herbalist. I'm well. That's her catchphrase. Poor analytical abilities, little patient, and poor creativity. When she's speaking, she usually lowers her eyes. She needs alcohol to get through the working day. She likes working outdoors and grumbles only mildly at inclement weather. Cool. Who else we got? We got Planter, Rakust. He's got a few skills here. Planter, record keeper, carpenter, herbalist. We don't have a military yet. Has poor empathy, a little difficult with words and bad intuition. Needs alcohol to get through the working day. Is there going to be any dwarf that doesn't need alcohol to get through the working day? Feels fondness talking with a friend. He was annoyed at the lack of chairs. Oh god, we're going to have the RimWorld situation, aren't we? They're going to go absolutely berserk because they ate without a table. The most horrible experience a person can experience. He was annoyed after having a drink without using a goblet, cup, or mug. Do we not have mugs? I'm sure we came with some mugs. Better not have a doctor with the alcohol trade. I imagine they even the doctors need alcohol to function. They'll have alcohol and they use it to sterilize the wounds and also drink it at the same time. Light diamonds. So this game generates some pretty complex family tree history and civilization history. So they all have like a whole family tree which is properly fully generated and simulated. You can actually go back and find all their grandparents and wars they fought in and stuff. Alright, we've got Atir, the fisher dwarf. I mean, fishing seems like it's a good, sustainable practice. He was embarrassed after sleeping without a proper room. What? I made a proper room. How proper does it need to be? He felt euphoric due to inebriation. Okay. Needs alcohol to get through the working day. He clicks his tongue repeatedly when he's annoyed. He's a good fisher dwarf. Level 5. Oh, they got a religion? Denomination of medicine. The denomination of medicine. Okay. That sounds like a group of scientists. We've got Metal Crafter. We don't have anything for them to do right now. 28. That's young for Dwarf. Needs alcohol to get through the working day. Very greedy. Good intellect, but has a meager ability with social relationships, a questionable spatial sense, little natural inclination towards music, little linguistic ability, and a poor kinesthetic sense. Alright? He is level-headed after drinking. He is unfocused after being unable to pray to Limmel, the coal of earth. Alright. Oh my god. Mason? Oh, Mason is one that we can train quite well, because we want someone to smooth all the floors and the walls and stuff. Love the descriptions. Yeah, like, we're just scratching the surface. There's so much depth to this. And like from like a mathematical perspective, like Toady and his brother have together like developed an optimization of this game, which is like rivals anything that even some of the the top companies can do, because they've worked so hard on this. Like if anyone just tried to create this simulation, they wouldn't have it well optimized, and it would just like run like shit. The amount of stuff that's going on behind the scenes, and how it knows how to store things and how to like only run things when they're relevant and stuff. That's pretty complex stuff. Needs alcohol to get through the working day. He commonly winks as a form of greeting. When he's thinking, his body becomes very still. He cracks his knuckles when he's angry. Commune of morality is another religion here. Iffy memory. And then we got woodworker, who's had some work to do. Needs alcohol to get through the working day. He does not find most jokes humorous. Lives a fast-paced life. Painted Vault is his surname. Alright, and then we've got Hunt Miner. This is the diggy hole man. Unmet need, be with family. Needs alcohol to get through the day. Questionable spatial sense and poor memory. Greedy streak, often cheerful. He does not often feel lustful. It seems like we have a really high male to female ratio here. Do we only have one female? We do actually need to reproduce and make children, although you do get a lot of migrants. In fact, it's much faster to get migrants, I think, join the colony. But oh, yep, those are the dwarves. If there's one that takes your fancy, then I can rename them after you. So we're making meals, I think. Very easy meal. Honey badger meat biscuits. Wow. Can we... So we don't really have a refrigerator right now or anything. Oh wow, so we can set like proper like administrator roles here. So we've got the expedition leader. You got all these roles that you can meet. You got the chief medical dwarf. So several of these things we see are actually things that aren't in RimWorld but were added by mod makers. Like this sort of thing, like a manager. So a manager is a pretty important one because the manager, if I remember correctly, actually tells people to go cut trees when we're low on wood and tells people to go mine rocks and stuff like that. And he actually kind of sets sensible thresholds and stuff. So he actually does intelligent work. And gets stuff done, auto-managing like the butchering of animals and stuff. So like it's really useful to have a manager because then you don't have to micromanage that stuff, which in RimWorld there is a mod for that. But I think the Dwarf Fortress one works even better than that. Because this is designed for you to have like hundreds of dwarves and still function, whereas RimWorld you don't realistically have that many colonists. You don't particularly want to. Because micromanaging becomes a bit too much in RimWorld. So we don't want to make any nobles yet, because once you start getting nobles, they start demanding high quality rooms and stuff, and that can be a problem. So we can put some food in here. Let's try doing that. P. To click this button, I suppose. We'll put ingredients like here. Food, I suppose. Custom. Like, just not finished meals. Just like any raw ingredients, I suppose. And not drink. Drink should go somewhere else. Bumblebee mead. Oh, we can get hives. Look at all this alcohol we can make. Okay, so these are all the different drinks we can get. Apple cider, apricot wine, artichoke wine, banana beer, beetroot wine. This all sounds amazing. Custard apple cider, yes. Durian wine. That would go well in Thailand. I've never seen anyone make durian wine. I don't know if it can be done. Like, durian is the fruit which, like, stinks really badly and is, like, banned from hotels and trains, but basically banned from all public places because it stinks so badly. Parsnip wine. Potato wine. Radish wine. Like, these vegetable wines, I really want to try them. Sweet potato wine, that's a good one. Tomato wine. Oh, there's just wine. I guess wine is grape wine. Alright, well, we're not going to put these in this room. Clownfish. Can you even eat clownfish? Isn't it like poisonous or something? Puffer. Oh, I'm gonna make sure they prepare it correctly. It probably is actually poisonous if you don't prepare it correctly in this game. Alright, so we're making meals. We probably want to store them just to the side here, so like... We'll put a dining table here, maybe? So... Here, it's like... just... that. basically. Prepared meals. Okay, so there we go. Should we pop a dining table down there? So build furniture table. God forbid they eat without a table. Oh, we need to make a table, of course. Almond wood, yeah, sure. I suppose if we want it by, like, just make it like a 3x1 table, so... let's make 3 pieces. I don't know how to... I'm sure there must be a way to, like, make 3 of them. Alright. Alright, this wagon... Just remove it. Bush tit. So we've got camel. We don't have mating pairs here, so we've got a stray goose, stray guinea cock. Like we need a mating pair. Let's have a look at the map. We can build a fisherman's workshop. I don't even know what that does. Like, I guess it stores, like, fishing rods and stuff. Workshops. Farming. Fishery. Wait, I had a description there. B. O. F. I gotta learn every possible sub-menu keyboard shortcut. Processes raw fish into edible food here. Raw fish will not be eaten. Well, we don't need to put that by the river. It should be underground. So I suppose we want to make some separate rooms for this. Let's say we'll make some food rooms on this side. So we'll go like that. Let's do it like that for now. Also, where do we want to trade? We need to set meeting zone. Meeting area. It needs to be 3x3, I think, because the wagons could be quite big. We'll go like here. Meeting area, okay. Pit pond. We can make a pond. Your citizens will drink water at a water source. Okay. Oh, can we make a well? Prisoners convicted in the justice menu can be incarcerated at a chain or metal cage in the dungeon zone. Archery range. Garbage dump. Animal training. To gather fruit. Why don't we set gather fruit to be just like all of this area, really? What is that? Oh, it's a hunting dog. Okay. Also, we should be planting some food, like farm plot. Soil is richer, deeper underground. All right, for now, maybe just do an outdoor plot, but I think generally underground plots are pretty good as well. No mud soil for farm. Mud is left by water. So would we be able to do it underground, like here? Ah, so we can do it here. Okay. Maybe we'll use one of these areas here. Are they... Can we tell them all to mine? Do any free tasks that become available? They should already be doing that, so... Why... Oh, they're all gathering plants. Oh, okay. Guess that's fine. But... we need to sort out the priorities. We need some people to prioritize mining and stuff. So back in the day, it used to be almost mandatory to install a separate program called Dwarf Therapist. And that would basically have a window which would list all your dwarves, and you'd basically be able to control their jobs and all that stuff. I guess now they've improved the UI for that stuff, so you don't really need it anymore. But back then, you couldn't really easily control your dwarves' jobs and their various features without that separate program. It was just too much work. Justice menu. Witnesses of crimes will make reports which find their way here. Certain crimes are indicative of larger problems. Oh my god, there's a whole like court system. You need like witnesses and proof and stuff. You can interrogate suspects. Witnesses might not have the full story. Oh my god. If a crime involves a conspiracy, an interrogation may reveal the plot. Open cases, closed cases, cold cases. Automate tasks. Ah, so this is basically what I was saying about creating X number of things. You're supposed to do it from the work orders menu, not from the... And that's what you need a manager for. The manager manages stuff like that. Otherwise, you have to manually build separate beds, I suppose. Five statues every month. Brew drinks if you're running low. Okay. Oh, this is good stuff. All right, work orders is... But you need a manager. So that's a very important role. Labor. All right, let's have a look at this menu because this is kind of key. Only selected do this. All right, so mining. I would say everybody should do this. Why can't I select that? Can I not tell everyone to mine? Wood cutting. We'll let you do it. Oh, I see. Each person's assigned to one job. How do I go back to what I had before? Alright, so woodcutter, just... Okay, we'll have one person to each thing then. We don't really have a hunter right now. We'll leave that blank. Planter. Right, we'll let you do that. Fisher dwarf. Plant gatherers. Plant gatherers. Everybody does this. Ah, okay. So these are skilled jobs. You can't select everybody does this. You have to... These are only... Oh, I don't understand how this works. Plant gatherers, everybody does this. Okay. Stone cutters. Let you do that, I suppose. Gravers, might as well let you do that. Haulers, I would say everybody does this. Oh, if I select... Okay, so these are stopping me from doing... Okay, I guess these three are special. Alright, whatever. Orderlies, what's that? Orderlies? Just like collecting water and stuff? Siege operators. Alright. I think it's good that everyone collects plants because we want that to get done, but otherwise most of these should just be done by the skilled. Okay. So they should start digging this out now. We need to dig deeper, because we can... We can put another staircase down here. So it's T. We go from here to dig a few levels down to here. So digging a vertical staircase that's 5 spaces high. And I'll just do that, I guess. Alright, we got our tables, so we can build. So let's build furniture. Table is T. Oh, you can hold shift to do things. Okay. There we go. And then what? Do we need chairs? Let's build 6 chairs. Like, they're not going to all eat at the same time. Chair. Can I... I'm sure there must be a way to duplicate this. Yeah. Alright. We'll make 6 chairs. Spice barrel. Alright, should we make the... fishing thingy? Fishery. So, prepare raw fish. Just do it forever. Yeah. And... like... do what I did before, so like put a zone... no, not a zone, a stockpile of like... here, which is for raw fish. Unprepared fish. Okay. And then we want to stockpile here for prepared fish, I guess. Okay, there you go. Get to work. Alright, here let's plant stuff. 5x5 is probably quite small, but we can make more plots. Oh no, it's you actually build farm plot. Okay, so do a 5x5 plot. Is this good soil? It's silty, I suppose. Frog remains. Why aren't we like bringing them in? I suppose it's not a food item. It needs to be. Let's have a look at this. Can we put like animal remains here? Food. Corpses. Oh my god. Look how many different animals we can have. Wolverines. Yetis. Aardvark men. So you got aardvarks and you got aardvark men. Alligator men. Okay. Tell you what, let's not store corpses here. I think we'll probably put a spot outside for that. Oh, we've got vermin. Flies. Okay, so we've got farm plot. Leave fallow. Poor soil. Cavern soil is best. Ah. Should probably actually make our farm lower down. You have struck kaolinite, gypsum, tetrahedrite. Okay, cool. Needs unrotten cookable solid item. So where can I find some like good soil? Cavern floor. I mean, this is cavern soil, isn't it? What do they mean by cavern soil? Let's just plant something for now. Plump helmets. I remember that being like a good thing to plant at the start. Oh. So there's this thing where you... So I think you want to... This month, we just leave fallow. Next month, plant. Winter, we leave fallow. Spring, we plant. I can't remember how this works. Like, there's a... You kind of want to go on a rota. A rotation. So what, fertilizer in these months? I don't know. Do we have fertilizer? Alright, just plant something for now. It's probably not the best site for a farm, but... Alright, build... Furniture... Chair. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Must be inside. What? Oh, we've got a hole. We fill in that hole. We probably should have dug this whole thing deeper. We're a bit close to the surface here. Can we just build a ground? Build. Here we are. Dirt road. Is that what we want? Here? Blocked at this location. Space. I don't know how to fill this hole in. I might have to Google this. Okay, that might work. There we go. That's indoors now, is it? There we go. They don't have a light source, do they? Do we need one? I don't remember ever needing a light source playing it in the old days. I don't know if they can just see in the dark. Like RimWorld actually had a bit of complexity in the light system. You needed to have light and stuff, but I think because of the sheer amount of undergroundness there is in the game, I think they just did away with that, or just didn't really have a light system. I don't know. Alright, so... Pairing raw fish. Okay, so we've got plenty of meals, it seems. I don't know if they're gonna... Do they even decay? Oh, these are biscuits. Maybe they don't decay. Ingredients are well-minced rat weed and minced purple amaranth leaf. Alright, I think after a while I'm gonna stop playing Dwarf Fortress and switch to SteamWorld Heist or something, because I don't want to spend too much time trying to figure this stuff out. It might hurt my brain. Why are these guys like... What are they doing? They're in the meeting zone. This is where they hang out. Okay. When they don't have anything to do. Planter cancels fertilized field. Needs potash. Fine, we'll just go unfertilized. It's good for listening, though. What? What, me streaming this game? Sorry, what are you referring to? Alright, what else is an immediate streaming this game? Yeah. I think in these early stages I don't want to do hugely long streams because there's a lot for my brain to process, and in the meantime I also want to offline look up tutorials and some things so I know what to do next stream. But then once I actually kind of get a rhythm going, like I did for RimWorld, then I can, well, then I'll probably end up going for hours and days on end, because that's what happened with RimWorld. I just get sucked in, and then next thing I know it's tomorrow afternoon. But yeah, I'll keep going for like another 20-30 minutes, I think. And then switch to SteamWorld Heist too, because I'm also enjoying that game. So things seem stable. Oh, we need a source of... Yeah, I need to read up on farming, because I remember it being quite complex, even for like the beginner stages. Like, I think you're supposed to kind of alternate between planting and leaving fallow. I don't know if we should be doing that right now. Plump helmets is good for making like plump helmet wine or beer or whatever. I probably need a brewery. Workshop. And this is a game like RimWorld and Oxygen Not Included and other games. This is a game where I probably will spend a lot of time offline just watching videos by some like YouTubers who do some really good in-depth explanations of how the game works. But I learned so much about RimWorld from like a couple of good YouTubers. What other food things can we make? So there's kern for making sugar, flour, and various useful slurries. Butcher. Oh, we need a butcher. Let's make a butcher. And a still, I guess, is for... How big is a still? That's 3x3 as well. Alright. Let me have a look at all these things. Clothing and leather. We've got leather, loom, clothes, dyer. And then we got glass, kiln, magnum... Okay. Ashery. It's just a lone thing. We've got the boya, carpenter, crafts. Oh, crafts is just one thing. Jeweler, magma forge, magma mechanic. All right, these are all just solo, I think. Soap maker's workshop. I remember this one being complicated as well. Like, to make soap, you use tallow or oil with lye to make soap, and then you got to make lye and you got to make tallow. Stone. Okay, so I think we probably want a butcher's then. Farming, butcher. This is bigger. How do we rotate? Oh no, that's not bigger. It's 3x3. Okay. Wonder if we'll get raided, attacked. It looks like our dwarves' moods is improving. We started off, everyone was neutral. Now there's like two that are quite happy. Meat, none. We're out of meat. We need to hunt. So we've got these useful numbers up here. We don't even have a dwarf who really is good at hunting. The migrants have arrived. Oh ho ho. Interesting. We've got 4 more people. Can we sort by... I just want to sort by who's new. We've got a surgeon. I don't think we can really sort by who just joined, but we've got a surgeon. We've got a farmer. Potter. A bowyer, so he makes bows. Yeah, those are the 4 new ones. We've got a surgeon. Well, farmer is definitely useful. Surgeon, I feel, if it's like RimWorld, it's not going to be that important early game. They do simulate a lot more body parts, though, in this game. Like individual teeth, individual fingers. So we've got... Okay, that's being... Oh, are we... So until we get a manager, we need to keep manually... No, we've got plenty of wood. We don't need to manually select some more wood. Is nobody building this? Job taken by NA. Why? Okay, no, nobody cared. We got a fish barrel. Dwarven rum, dwarven ale. Okay, well, I mean the rum and ale hasn't run out. That's important. It will be disaster when it does. It probably really will be. I don't think there's any option to play as humans or elves. Maybe one day in the future, but that would be interesting because they have their own like differences. Like elves don't like to cut wood. Humans and elves probably live above ground, so it would be a bit more like RimWorld. But I imagine it also take a lot of work to make it the other races playable. Yeah, 1 second. Yeah, a huge number of games were basically inspired from this. Of course, Minecraft is one of the big ones. Notch was directly inspired by Dwarf Fortress and Miner. Is that what it's called? Which was like the Minecraft game before Minecraft. I don't think there was a whole lot you could do in it, but it was sort of like a 3D kind of like block placement. It's still playable, and I think it's still being updated. We keep digging deeper and deeper. I want to see what's down there. What lurks in the depths? How low can we go? What is the bottom of the world? Okay, I gotta turn my infinite scroll mode on my mouse. There we go, 129. That's the bottom of the world. Top is 74. That's about the size of like... Oh, it's more than the size of the early days of Minecraft. It's roughly the size of the early days of Minecraft. In terms of depth and height. Wait, no, this is more than this is more depth than Minecraft even has right now, isn't it? What is the lowest depth in Minecraft? Minus 60? This is twice as deep. Oh, well, okay, this is really deep. But the height in Minecraft is basically limitless. Let's dig deeper then. Dig down to, let's say, elevation 40. And then maybe just dig outwards a bit. Diggy diggy hole. Let's just see what we're dealing with down there. You have struck tetrahedrite. Okay. Cool. An animal has grown to become a stray goose. Alright, that icon got me excited for a moment. I thought we had a baby dwarf. Well, this is not enough beds for this many dwarfs. We're gonna actually have to make a proper bed corridor. I mean, unlike Rimworld, they're quite happy with small rooms, which is good because, like, you get loads of dwarfs in this game. But you still do want to give them their own rooms, but you can kind of create a small... It's a bit more like prison architect with style rooms, which are quite small. But the noble needs a big room. I don't want to start digging those now. I want to kind of watch a guide and get an idea for what's a good kind of bedroom. For now, they can just sleep on the floor. Or in rotation. I mean, it seems like... Alright, let's complete the pattern here. Make one more bed. Gold, opal, microcline, shawl, gypsum. I've got so many different rocks. And the water physics in this game are incredibly complex as well. Like, there's a whole bunch of things you can do with, like, the aquifer, and, like, you can pump water up from down below into pipes, and I remember a friend of mine. He played this like a crazy amount. He built like a huge glass tower, which was mostly kind of balancing on a small support. So like he could like pull a lever, pull the supports away, and have the whole thing come crashing down on like enemies. And there was like one dwarf whose sole job in life was to sit in a room where that lever was, so he can pull the lever when needed. And he had like a fully sustainable room with like food and stuff being like thrown down through pipes into his room so that he could just never leave that room. And that was his whole life was devoted to just staying by that switch in case it needed to be pulled. Is this... I think I've overridden something here. We go from here to there. Ah, I think I need to do that first because I overwrote the command to build the stairwell. Rock crystal. So many different types of minerals. Alright, well, are they happy? They seem alright. Oh, we don't have a hunter yet. This is our stocks. We've got like... So in this game, you... Oh, this is cool. If you don't have a bookkeeper, then you don't actually have accurate numbers here. They're rough estimates. You don't actually know how many items you have, so you need a bookkeeper, and his job is to actually make records. That's really clever and quite cool, like, mechanic in the game. So we don't fully know what we have, we just have estimates here. Butcher's shop. Well... Oh, you can catch live land animal. See, one thing you can do in this game, so... and that you can't do in RimWorld, but for a good reason that you can't do it in RimWorld. But in this game you can set traps to catch enemies in cages. You can then, like, put them in dungeons or tie them to posts. You can also build walls with like slits in them, so you can shoot arrows through those slits. Like all of those features won't work in RimWorld because it would upset the balance. Like RimWorld is designed to be a game where you can't really stop the enemy from getting into your base easily. You kind of have to have good combat and have to set up like kill zones and stuff. And it's supposed to be the way. If you were able to just fully wall in RimWorld and shoot arrows through or shoot guns through the slots in the walls, I think that would kind of upset the balance. But in this game it works out because of the higher complexity of the enemies and stuff. So you can actually fully like fortify your base so that enemies can't actually get in. So they have to start breaking the walls down and stuff. And you can shoot them through the gaps in the walls and like from perches up above. Oh yeah, because it's 3D as well, so you can create ledges up above that you can shoot down on them from. Which of course you can't do in RimWorld. I've heard there's a mod in RimWorld to make it 3D. No, Z levels. I don't know if it works well. I mean, there is a good multiplayer mod for RimWorld. I played it once with another streamer. And very occasionally we had to, like, every 10 to 20 minutes we had to the server desynced and we just had to kind of log back in. But I mean, aside from that, it works surprisingly well. It was like we were just all controlling the same colony, but we all kind of divided. Each person control one colonist. All right. Oh, did we get more people? Oh, no. We got the same number of people. We haven't met any elves or humans. Okay, what else should we build? What seems important? I think stone worker might be important. Just make like construction blocks. We could make a wall. Magma forge. Crafts. I mean, we could just make basic pots and stuff and sell them. Screw press. Alright, I think stoneworker. Should probably put that here. Let's just continue this pattern. Oh, I just saw that Kramet was streaming Alchemy Factory. That's something I'm interested in. I only heard about it a few days ago. It's like something similar to Satisfactory, but for like alchemy themed. I don't know much about it, but supposedly it has automation and stuff. I'll have to look into that. I think it's 3D. Alright, okay, so we can put stoneworker here, I guess. Also, we can have the mason like start smoothing this out. It's probably going to take a long time though, but we can have the stone worker do all these things. I don't know. Like, eventually I suppose we want to use stone rather than wood. Like we're dwarves. Let's try smoothing out the walls. So we can smooth a rough wall to make it more pleasing. Okay, let's do that. Like, for all these walls. Is that assigned? I think it is. Oh no, this is clay. We can't smooth clay. We should have gone deeper. This is actually, we don't really want to be setting up all our industry in clay. I mean, it's not. It's easy to do all this again deeper down, so we can continue like this. It's not that big a deal. Should try and build a wall. How do we do that? I guess you want to make blocks. Make rock blocks. Let's do it. Definitely, I suppose, for now. And, like, if I wanted to build a wall... Let's see, what does this look like? I mean, it's quite flat. We're actually... on a we're on a hill. So, we could just build a wall going around this place. Like... Let's have a look at all these things. We've got machines, levers, axles, millstones, rollers. Oh my god, can we have mine carts? Oh, you can have mine carts and tracks. Gear assembly. A well. Let's make a well. So what? Do we have to put it over the water like this? Is this clean, drinkable water? Needs blocks. Needs mechanisms. Okay. What's mechanisms? It's nice hearing all this new music. Like, when I played this 10 years ago, even though it was so long ago, like, I would play it for hours and hours, so like the music was ingrained in my head, but there weren't that many tracks available. It was good music. I don't think any of the old music, I haven't heard it played yet, so I don't think it's actually reused that old track. Probably the classic version does, but I'm guessing he has more tracks now. Okay, so we need blocks. And mechanisms. How do you make mechanisms? That's gonna be like... mechanics? Yeah. Put that here, I guess. Make rock mechanisms. There we go. Hello, I'm Bob. I'll be interested to get your take comparing this to RimWorld. I feel like they're kind of in the same genre. Yeah, I mean, RimWorld was very clearly heavily inspired by Dwarf Fortress. Like, it started out just like Dwarf Fortress Lite, but then it kind of developed to be its own thing, which is kind of more story generation, which is actually in some ways more complex than Dwarf Fortress's story generation. But yeah, I mean, I did play this game first, but it was many years ago. And it was like the old. It was like, I mean, we can turn it to ASCII right now. It was like this. Even though there were mods, I think sometimes I use the mods that people have made to add graphics to it, but I think a lot of the time I did actually play with the ASCII. But yeah, clearly a lot has been added since then. I've never seen this version before. What, the ASCII version? Or the graphics version? This is the classic version, which still exists and it's free. So like people who don't want to buy the Steam version can still play the ASCII version, and I think it's still being updated. They're both kind of being updated. It's just that the Steam version has like graphics layer on top of it. Um, but yeah, this is the Matrix meme, you know, blonde, redhead, brunette. Um, People who got so used to the graphics, a lot of them still play with this, and they can just see from all these symbols what's what. It's crazy how many how many symbols they have to use. Like if you look at this, they've got F, which is bamboo, apparently that type of F, and we've got the divide symbol, which is barrels. You got the smiley face ASCII symbol, which is dwarves. I can't remember what they use for babies. You got quarter symbol. What does quarter symbol mean? Roots. Roots. It's roots, apparently. Okay. And to some extent, the ASCII version probably runs faster because it's not having to run the graphics. I wouldn't imagine it's too different, but it would run a bit faster, I think. Cancels make rock blocks, needs non-economic hard stone boulders. Okay. I think we have to dig more underground to find more boulders. Cancels pen, pasture, stray goose, animal inaccessible. What has happened to my goose? My goose is cooked. Where is my goose? How do we find things? Livestock. Goose. It's right there. What? It's in the pen. It didn't leave the pen. Alright, whatever. I wasn't gonna go on for much longer though. I wanted to switch to SteamWorld Heist 2, which is the other game I'm playing right now. Drink. Oh god, we've run out of booze. This could be bad. Okay, I have to start making booze. It's not like in RimWorld where they can manage without alcohol. It helps. It helps for them to have one drink a day or a couple of drinks a day. Dwarves, or you don't want to see a dwarf when they're sober. Did you ever play Meatball Station? It's kind of like Meeple Station. It's kind of like this, but set in a space station. Meeple Station. I've never heard of that. I have played Star Deus, which I just bought recently, which is kind of like RimWorld set on a space station. And it looks pretty good, and it's developed by one guy, and he's made some features which are actually kind of more optimized and more advanced than the equivalent in RimWorld, so that's a good one. And it's kind of like you can fully like change the shape of your spaceship and add rooms and stuff, and it's basically a flying thing which moves in space. It's one of those games that could have been really good but ended up kind of buggy and unfinished. I see. We need space for a... What did I say I was going to make? I need to start learning all the keyboard shortcuts. No, we made a mechanic. We don't have stone. That's the problem. We need to start... Diggy diggy hole. Let's start mining here. Just do some exploratory corridors. Do we still only have one woman? It looks like it. We've only got one woman. I mean, I don't know about female dwarves. They could have beards, so I can't always tell. But yeah, I think we've only got one female dwarf. How are we supposed to produce babies if we are getting migrants? That's the main way to get more dwarves. We haven't. Okay, let's check out these new dwarfs we've got. Drink. He's drinking the last drink, probably. I drank water without a well. That's very annoying. Okay, well, whatever. It looks like he just gets annoyed at everything. I think RimWorld also leans a lot more into the mental state side of things. Like you have to really put a lot more work in to make sure they don't go crazy and depressed. Here, I think they're a little bit more stable a lot of the time. I mean, they still have moods and stuff, but I don't think it's as crazy as it is in RimWorld. The nobles, the people who you give the noble jobs to, they have pretty strong demands, and if they get upset, I guess they throw tantrums and stuff. But he dreams of crafting a masterwork someday. He's unfocused after being away from family. Well, bring your family here. I need all the dwarves I can get. Hello, Ishibashi. Earlier versions of the stress update had dwarves melting down a lot more often than they do now. Oh, really? A large deficit of willpower and a poor kinesthetic sense. He speaks in a monotone when he is annoyed. Channel balanced. Well, he's our surgeon. He needs alcohol to do his job. Um, so I'm sort of digging around underground because we want to find more rocks. I probably won't go on for much longer. Maybe 10 minutes or so. Oh, we got one dwarf is annoyed. Magnetite. But magnetite is a metal, is it? Or is it a rock? Right, because I want to make some stone blocks and some mechanisms. And then, oh, so they cancelled the job. Alright, just make me some blocks right now. And make me some mechanisms. They can't. Needs non-economic hardstone boulders. Alright, well, we need to find some. I think magnetite is a mineral, so I don't think that counts. This is tough rock. It's taking them a while to mine through it. But hey, I'm a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Struck native platinum. Okay. Can we build a wall? Build constructions? Wall. Maybe we should wait until we have lots of rock blocks. I don't want to make it out of wood. Bedrooms. I'm not sure what kind of shape is a good shape for a bedroom in this game. I'm so used to RimWorld where you got to give them like stupid amounts of space or they get upset. I mean, I usually go for what's the standard? 3 by 6, which is not too bad, but it is quite a bit of space. I think the nobles want a big room, and I think the regular dwarves are happy with just like prison architect style rooms, which is just like 2 by 3 or something. Kitchen. Um, I don't know if you get raided or attacked as often as you do in RimWorld. It's like in RimWorld, it's basically on a timer. You are guaranteed to get a raid after certain intervals or whatever. Here, I guess it's more based on whether you've pissed people off, but you still, by all means, you still do get raided. Um, just we've got to make sure not to sell any wood to the elves. I don't think there's any more food we can use. We really need a manager, because I think the manager automates a lot of these things that I like, wood cutting and food production and stuff. That's a very important role. These guys are just... Hello, Psyomegas. It's a bit more realistic than RimWorld in that sense. What was I saying? The raids. So it's a bit more like, what, like diplomatic? That's what I remember from like many years ago. It was more based on your interactions with like locals, and also like you got those beasts that live underground, and there are a lot more variables than just wealth. Okay. That's quite good, because I think RimWorld heavily ties it to wealth, which has logic to it, but it's also quite annoying because you feel like you can never really get rich because you got to keep your wealth down all the time. Like people use tricks like literally deleting wealth in RimWorld, where you'd put all your wealth in a storage and then delete that storage just to push the wealth numbers down. And like you can't make fancy statues or walls and stuff because they use too much jade or gold or whatever, and that puts your wealth score up too much. So you have to play the wealth game, which is, I mean, it's a whole strategy on its own, but at the same time, it feels like a huge restriction. Okay, what next? I don't. Are we farming? I think we're planting mushrooms now. E.g., is your parent civ at war with a faction? Is the faction in a good position to be at war? Their proximity to you and the geography and spacing of other civs on the map. Ah, yeah, that's cool. Um, Oh, I didn't make any crafts. I was going to. Ominous. We don't have anything to sell them. Where are they? Are they coming to... The merchants need a trade depot to unload their goods. Oh, a meeting... We've made a meeting room here, but this is not... That's not what meeting zone means. We need a trade depot. Or a... What do we need? Is it an actual building? Ah. Trade depot. Should we just make this outside? Quickly build a trade depot. Also, we should move this meeting zone. Hang on. Is this gather zone? Oh, damn. This gather zone has overwritten all the zones I made in here. That you can't have them. Oh, I see how it works. So the pen pasture zone. Oh, no, it's still there. You can have zones overlapping. Like, this is all gather zone. Where's the meeting zone? Meeting area. No, I don't think they can overlap. So if I want to make a pasture zone, let's go like here, for example. Yeah, they don't overlap. All right. So we need a meeting area. Just put it in here, I suppose. It's a bit crowded. I don't think I made the pasture correctly. Yeah, no, there it is. For example, if you're really far and they send their army through dangerous lands to get to your army, their army might get routed. Interesting. Diplomacy. Stinthad. I am your liaison from the mountain homes. Let's discuss your situation. So these are dwarves. There is much to share. Make requests for next year's caravan. They'll charge more for those items. I don't know. Picks? Do we even have many picks? These are all the musical instruments. Lil, Ostam, Dalith, Roma, Munsong, I don't know what I want to request. Maybe some beer. I mean, we should try to make our own, but maybe some wine or beer. We'll probably make our own beer, but if we don't manage to make the others... Seeds? Do we have seeds? God of vegetables. Go on, I want some pineapples. Alright, I'll just go with that, whatever. They need anvils and footwear. I'll try. Do not have a broker. Oh, we got a puppy. Wait. Yeah, okay. There's nothing to catch in the central swamps. I don't even have a hunter. Oh, we can trade? Can we trade if we don't have a broker? We need to assign a broker. I don't think I want to trade. I don't have any crafts or anything to sell them. Getting stuff planted, that's good. Okay, we really need a manager, and we're gonna have to give them a nice room and stuff. Who are we gonna give the role to manager? I mean, Stukos is the best organizer, aren't they? Let's have a look. Isn't there a way to sort them by a certain skill? Like... Nobles and administrators. Alright, let's have a look at this. It'll probably tell me. Expedition leader. What does expedition leader do at this point? It doesn't really tell me. Okay, so if I want a manager... Ah. This guy's a skilled organizer. Sure, you're the manager. I don't know what expedition leader does. I guess they're the leader. Like... Okay. Anything else? I don't want to have too many nobles right now. A bookkeeper would be useful, but... we don't actually need accurate counts right now, so maybe not. A broker. We'll worry about that next trading season. Manager is the most important right now. Hammerer? What does a hammerer do? No relevant skills. So militia commander, no relevant skills. So we don't have anyone who actually has any experience with... Oh, you're going to be the doctor, but we don't want to make him a noble until we've got like good rooms for them. Alright, this guy looks good to be a broker. Bookkeeper, proficient record keeper. That's good. Messenger. Alright. Alright, I don't know what skills a leader needs. Stukos is... adequate at these later skills, I guess. So these guys are actually better. Adequate liar, very important for a leader. Alright, there's a lot to take in here. I kind of want to stop the stream now. And in the meantime, I'll do some learning and reading about this game. But I want to switch to SteamWorld Heist 2. So I'll be back in like just a couple of minutes, really. Yeah, thanks for the. I'm very jealous of you. You're in the absolute honeymoon period of this game, learning the game. Yeah. Well, I did actually play it back in the day, but it was almost an entire decade ago, like 2010 or 11, and I played it like the old school ASCII version. Without many mods. I probably had like Dwarf Therapist and stuff, but I don't remember much of it, so it's not. I can sort of remember some little bits and pieces here. Like I remember like stuff about having to appease the nobles' needs and stuff. But yeah, I am excited to see what's changed and what new features there are. If you do learn, it's one of the most rewarding games. Yeah. Grab DF hack. Oh, I have DF hack installed. I haven't really fiddled with it. I haven't touched any of these things. It's installed. I don't know if it does much unless you start toggling options, but that's the only mod I've installed. Oh, and the Twitch integration I've tried to install. It didn't seem to work. So I'll look into that as well, because whenever I play RimWorld, my viewers like to do stuff, like troll me by sending me lots of human leather. And it makes a lot of nice quality of life changes. Yeah, like when I play RimWorld, I usually have countless mods installed at any given time, so I'm pretty happy with using quality of life mods. Yeah, looks good. It plays well. This is I've said multiple times over the past couple of years that I was going to play this, and I kept putting it off. And another game that I got recently was Stardeus, which is like RimWorld in space, which I'll play some more of as well in the future. That's kind of like in early development, but that looks really good as well. And of course, RimWorld. I still don't even have all the DLCs for RimWorld. I recently got the Bio one, what's it called? Biotech. I haven't really tried out much of the stuff with biotech. I've mostly just played the religion one, the ideology DLC. Don't feel like you should try learn off stream. I mean, I enjoy watching YouTube videos as background viewing. Like I did that for RimWorld, and it worked well. Like I would stream a lot, and people would tell me stuff in stream, like in chat and stuff. But offline, I would also just play some like stuff by like what was his name, Francis John. I watched a lot of Francis John's videos on RimWorld. That helped a lot. So I mean, I don't mind doing the same for Dwarf Fortress, just like as casual learning. Like I definitely picked up some stuff from YouTube videos for RimWorld that I probably wouldn't have known otherwise, like how to make really good kitchens or like freezers and stuff like that. But I always combine it with streaming as well, so. Stop there. Save to this timeline. Sure. I always play hardcore as well. Like, if everyone dies, they die. That's how I did it for RimWorld. It took me like 100 to 200 hours before I finally beat the game in RimWorld. For Dwarf Fortress, like, if I'm setting a goal, my goal would, I guess, would be to reach mountain home status. Because that seems to be like a good end game goal. But I mean, I'm not that focused on an end game, but I like to set a goal, so that's my goal. Oh, I'll probably play the adventurer mode at some point as well, but in a separate like stream series. All right, so but I will be back in like 5 minutes with SteamWorld Heist 2, which is another game I'm playing. It's like a turn-based tactics game. It's really good. I'm really enjoying it. So maybe see you there. All right, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.